I've been traveling so much the last couple months in this electric car that I now find it obtrusive that an engine starts. I had to drive my wife's car for her the other day and take it in and get her tires changed over, the winter tires, and I was annoyed. The sound of the motor just irritated me. I'm getting used to this nice quiet driving. Alright, just throwing this out there. It's 16 degrees Celsius this morning and the battery is showing 52 kilometers of travel distance. So like I was saying in the last video, now that it's getting warmer, I'm getting over 50 kilometers a charge. And on another note, I have seriously made up my mind that the next vehicle I buy will be at a minimum a plug-in hybrid, if not a full electric. It's just the way of the future. I feel so good driving this thing, and I am doing mostly electric. 2,140 kilometers, and 400 and some of that was on with the gas motor running, and the rest was electric. So it just feels so good to have money in my wallet. I'm not spending any money on gas, and to do something for the planet. So I've made up my mind. We just need to get some infrastructure up here in Northern Ontario. That's my big concern. So we haven't really talked about it, but I wanted to mention the back of the Mitsubishi Outlander, and that's the room. I just have my metal detecting stuff in here, which I seem to be leaving in here more and more. But I wanted to talk about, they have usually a third row seating in the Outlanders, but you don't get that in the PHEV. The battery is under here, so they've kind of built up this back area, and underneath there is, let's see if I can lift this. There's all your storage. You don't get a spare tire either, as we've mentioned. You just get a kit. But there's your extra charger and all that stuff. And this folds back in three phases, this cover. But what I wanted to talk about were these sidewells. And when we got this, you've got a very, it seems like it's a narrow space to put your luggage or whatever you're throwing in the back. But it's not bad. And what I wanted to say is that when we do groceries, the wife and I were laughing, we actually like these little deep sidewells. There's one on each side, and we put things that can either roll around, or bags of milk, or anything that's gonna run around and move around on you. We put in those deep sidewells, and it actually works pretty well. And the third row seating was meant to go in here, and they haven't changed it from the regular Outlander because they left the cup holders behind the back seats. And I thought, oh, I'll never use that. But actually I do. Every time I go out metal detecting and things, I just put a couple jugs of water right in the back there. So actually for me, I mean, it's not bad. It does seem to be working out. So the long weekend has just ended and gas was $1.32. It had gone up before the long weekend, about a week before. And so everybody who was holding off and waiting, hoping this week it would start coming down, nope. Up to $1.37.9. So irritating being controlled by these big oil companies and seeing, if you watch the documentaries, Who Killed the EV and all those, the older shows, it's just maddening. And really, that's who's controlling us. $1.38 a liter for regular gas. Jumps up, 14 cents before a long weekend. Just absolute nonsense. And there's no government control on that. I don't understand how the government can't regulate that and say, look, here's the price, it's going to stay here for a month. Then if we have to readjust it, our stock supplies or whatever we're buying, the price has gone up so much a barrel and we readjust it. Good thing I can go another month probably before I need to get gas. Even though my car is almost on empty, I'm still going to be able to push it 2-3 weeks unless I have to go out of town. But we're going to try not to go out of town. As you guys just saw, I keep one set of seats down when I have metal detectors and things, and I just wanted to show you guys. It's a 3-step process. It's pretty simple. There's a cable or a cord here at the top. You pull to put down the top of the seat. There's another one here at the bottom. So that comes down, and then you just hit the release up here, and you can lower the seat, and it goes right down flat, giving you lots of cargo space, and then you can just unclick the cover. So mid-seat, there's an armrest that pulls down with a couple more cup holders in it. And I will just mention that your third person, the center row seating, the seat belt, is tucked away up in the roof back here, which is actually pretty cool. It's not hanging down, distracting, in the mirror or anything. It's tucked up inside the roof. So you just pull it out, And then the other end is actually tucked into the seat right here, so you can pull it out. And that's for your the person that sits in the middle. One more quick thing to mention, we haven't really looked at this key yet, but they're actually pretty innovative. I mean, they have all the standard stuff, panic, lock, unlock. I'm not sure, this must be an added feature for the higher end. And then this button on the side, we talked about before, is supposed to override your charging. If you have a time limit set on the charger, so you only want to charge at 7 at night, say, and it's cheap, but someday you come home and you say, wow, I gotta go out again later, I want to charge it right now. Pushing this button is supposed to override the timer in the car. I did try this once and it didn't work. We're going to try it again in this video to see if maybe I just did something wrong, or I'm not sure what, but we're going to try that again. But what I wanted to show you guys, what I like about this system is, if the battery ever dies and you need to get into your car, the hook that you hang this up on is actually a key. So you release it by pushing this button, and then the key comes right out. So that's actually pretty cool. Well designed. And I even managed to get that out of there with one hand. So. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is set up our timed charging. And we're just going to set it for 7 o'clock. We're going to set that for every day of the week. Actually, we don't have to set it for the weekend because it's cheap on the weekends as well. Okay, actually we can't set this unless we set a time, so we'll just set 3 o'clock in the morning. So we're using a DeSoto level 2 charger at my house, so it only takes about 3 hours to charge from empty. So by giving it 8 hours, there'll be lots of time there. And what this should do is stop the car from charging when you plug it in. You can just walk away and leave it, and it won't start until 7 o'clock at night, cheap time. So now we're going to try plugging this in and seeing if the key, the button on the side, will allow us to override that charge time and start charging when we press the button. I tried this once before and it didn't work, so maybe we did something wrong. I don't know. We're going to try it again right now. Well, that took me 20 minutes to find, but here it is. If you want to cancel the charging timer in cases of the battery exhaustion or loss of a wireless LAN device. If you want to cancel the charging timer in cases of the battery exhaustion or loss of wireless LAN device. What? You can temporarily cancel the charging timer by pressing the fast key of the switch A twice within 2 seconds. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is plug this charger in. And normally when it starts charging, the car will click. So the timer is set, and if we look at the charger, which is a Duosita, the blue light when it's solid means that it's fully charged or that it's not charging. If it's blinking, it means it's charging. So now we're going to push this button twice in 2 seconds. So the car did just click like it's going to accept the charger. Look at that, it's working. I don't know why that wasn't working before, but I'm going to start using that all the time because it's such a pain in the butt to jump up at 7:30 at night and go, oh, I got to go charge the car. I honestly tried this exact thing before, guys. It wasn't working. I don't know what we did wrong, but it's working! So that's all I've got for you right now in this update, guys. But if you have any questions or if there's anything you want me to cover or look at with the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV 2018 model, just mention it in the comments below. I am happy to look at or check out anything you guys want me to check out. Thanks for watching.